So in this video, I want to break down what is middle of funnel content on LinkedIn. Now, if you've never heard of middle of funnel content, don't worry, I'm going to give you everything that you need to know in this video so you can go away and start using this to improve your conversions on the platform. Very simply, middle of funnel is the bit that sits between attention and action. It's this weird middle section where you have to nurture people, get them to trust you, get them to like you, and get them to actually understand your offer to press play. Because you've got people viewing your profile, but not all of them should or want to become buyers. I've literally spoken to people that run agencies, have 250,000 followers, but have zero income because they're missing the middle of funnel in their content. Whereas one of my clients with less than 1,000 followers generated over 100 leads in the last month alone. So this is where I'm going to walk you through the exact content flywheel that I use and the context behind why I'm doing that. Walking you through how the middle of funnel filters that attention, builds trust, and turns the right people into someone that wants to be nurtured. Now, I do want to preface, this might look like a lot of noise for some of you at first, but I guarantee if you slow it down and really try and understand these concepts and then go out and apply them as well, you will see the difference in your business. It's very specific, but it works, and it's been proven time and time again. So trust me, I've tried to make this as simple, concise, and actionable as possible. Like I said at the start, you might be getting loads of views, but now we need to filter those into people that need your service. So basically, the first question they're going to be asking you once they see your content is simple. Can I use this person's service? If the answer is no, then they're going to scroll on, and that's completely fine because they're never going to buy it anyway. They might have enjoyed your top of funnel content, they might have found it funny, they might have found it engaging, but they don't need it, and we're not here to entertain people. How we filtered that out, if someone engages with your content and they can actually use your service, the question underneath that is even more valuable. Do they really believe that you can solve their problem? Now, what this really means is they're subconsciously evaluating you and your offer. They're going to ask themselves these questions. Do I believe you understand my problem? Do I believe that you can execute this and give me the solution? Is this worth my time to read? Is it easy to digest and practical information? And do I believe this will work for me? Someone might need your service badly, they might like you, but if they don't believe that it will work for them, they will move on. And that's where limiting beliefs come in, and if those beliefs aren't addressed, they'll numb themselves to the content that you're providing, but we're going to touch more on that later. So once these questions are answered positively, they'll engage and they'll become nurturable. This means they'll basically become receptive to what you're saying. And this is why the middle of funnel system is critical again, because if what they see next is generic advice and it just turns into noise again, your content will eventually die out. But if they engage and what they see is specific proof, clear positioning, and a human branding, that's when it becomes more magnetic. And that's why these are the 3 key elements of LinkedIn content. So on that, content should either strike emotion or provide value. Remember, people will remember how you made them feel more than what you actually said to them. And if you can get them to action something in their business, every time that they go and do that, they're subconsciously going to be thinking about you and thinking about the help that you've provided them. And remember, this only works if it's specific, targeted, and ICP relevant. And then what this will create is a signal. Now, if we go back to the top, LinkedIn is a signal platform. I've spoken about this before, but it rewards consistent signals. What this means is one post isn't going to do much, but when you do this consistently, the signal compounds. So I've run through this daily workflow before, but for those of you that are new, 1 solid post a day, 20 to 30 connections, 20 comments, 10 to 15 DM conversations. That's all you really need to be generating these leads. And then daily, you get better and better at doing these. Over time, your signal strength is going to increase, and that brings stronger buying signals, more trust, and more relevance. So now you understand that, let's talk through some of the goals of this nurturing content. So like I've just spoken about, you want consistent signals, you want relevant posts, all of these clearly targeted to your ICP. You want testimonials and case study. LinkedIn loves proof of concept, and if you can show that, that is going to give you the best ROI on the platform. So people on Instagram, for example, they might buy your flashy edits, but people on LinkedIn need to be shown that you can provide what you say you can provide, basically. And with that, they want an unholy amount of proof that you can actually do what you say you can do. So the next thing you need to do is overcome objections. People are going to have objections before they even get on a call. Price, confidence, all of these things can be handled in middle of funnel content. And a lot of these are subconscious and can be dealt with beforehand. Your job is to make this undeniable for them. And this ties into shifting beliefs as well. You're showing them a new way of thinking, showing them that you're already ahead of where they are. So say you're a digital marketing agency founder that's been relying on network and referrals for 20 years, and you go and tell them you need to start getting a personal brand. By default, they will not believe you. And this is where our middle of funnel needs to shift that belief and show them why it's going to benefit them. And with that, trust will build and buy-in becomes easier. So that links back to moving people through the stages of awareness, like I've spoken about before. So let's very quickly go back to that. So some people that are viewing your content are going to be completely unaware, like I said with the digital marketing agency founder example. Some people are going to be problem aware they have a branding problem. Some people are going to be solution aware that you have a solution to that branding problem. And some people are going to be offer aware of your offer and ready to buy. Now you need to meet them where they're at and move them through these stages step by step. So with all that in mind, let's talk through how we actually can do this. So this is the content flywheel that I've built and I use for my clients. Obviously, it's not the only way, it's just a way that works and is very easy to teach. The core of this is 3 main posting types on LinkedIn. These are the purple ones. So the first one is growth hooks. This is different to your top of funnel and getting awareness on your page sort of growth. Growth hooks is your ability to interpret trends, explain why something is happening, and tie external shifts back to your framework. Market changes, AI shifts, new behaviors. You're showing pattern recognition and your ability to adapt to that. So an example of this is like AI and the revolution of AI in the market right now. If you can show that you are adapting to AI and you can have your own opinion on it and devise your own opinion, that is going to show very high competence in the topic. So the effect of this is trust at scale and extreme credibility. You're showing you're current and you're not outdated. So next we need to talk about authority frameworks and educational content. These are your steps, your principles, your checklist. So this shows you know what you're talking about. It builds trust through clear thinking and it positions you as a builder. It reduces the fear and objections, and they finally think this person's done this before and they're speaking directly to you. They've clearly produced the results that I desire. And then the final core type is your personal angles. So this is where you separate from sort of generic AI generated value driven content that people don't really resonate with as much anymore because it's so easy to do. So this is stuff like your origin story, your worldview, and your lifestyle, and it's the stuff that makes you one of one in the market. It will build connection, it will help people lower their guard, it shows you're human and not a LinkedIn robot brand. So strong brands will hold people's attention longer, and the effect of this is simple. They'll basically be saying he gets it and he's been there before. That's why these 3 are your core LinkedIn posts. On these we attach 2 depth builders. So people are going to look at the magazine because of the cover, but they're going to buy the magazine after they flip through a few pages, looked at the top stories. This is why we need these 2 key depth builders so people understand what you have to offer more. So the first depth builder is YouTube long form content. This will build deeper trust, it proves depth, and it provides ridiculous amount of value because it shows how you think as well. Like I said, if someone takes one thing from a 10 or 15 minute YouTube video and actually actions that and applies it, every time they come back to that thing, subconsciously you will be in their mind. So it creates inevitability around working with you. It also filters out unserious buyers, and like we've spoken about previously, it will move people through those awareness stages. If you can hold someone's attention for that long, trust is going to skyrocket. And the second depth builder we attach onto that is newsletters. This is field specific expertise and thought leadership content, basically deepening the belief over time, and they train people to think like you. So for me, for example, I consistently show that doing outreach plus content is the best way to get clients on LinkedIn. And then I also show that AI plus human content is not only the best way to improve the service you offer, but actually build trust at scale with people as well. This is how I train similar beliefs and actually find people that are interested in what I have to offer. So again, newsletters are so powerful. You basically get weekly notifications to everyone subscribed, and they have a longer engagement time on them as well. This means people will look forward to your weekly newsletter coming out at the same time every single week, and they will save 10 minutes in the diary to go out and read that as well. So without going any deeper, that is your LinkedIn middle of funnel content system. It's all about filtering out attention, building belief, and educating properly before anyone gets on the call. And if you've watched this whole video, I imagine you're interested in actually going away and implementing some of this. And if that's the case, just DM me the word funnel and we can jump on a call and I can run you through this system and how it will work for yourself.